morning. Today is November 4th, and this is The View with Catherine Chang. Today's topic is Road to 270. Donald Trump wins Florida. First, let's look at the latest votes. Trump got 213 electoral votes, and Biden got 238 electoral votes. It looked like Biden is leading Trump by 25 electoral votes. However, I think Trump might win the election. Why? Because Trump wins Florida, and he wins 5 out of the 7 swing states. He also wins Texas, Georgia, and Ohio. Trump even called out that he will get 306 electoral votes. First, let's look at the map. We know that, for these gray areas over here, they are not listed on the electoral votes yet. But Trump is leading in this area, including, we can see over here, this is Pennsylvania. And over here, we can say that this is Michigan. And over also here, North Carolina and Georgia, we can see that Trump wins in these states. However, over here, Alaska, it's possibly that Trump will also win over here. And I also know that about it, Biden, Joe Biden over here, Wisconsin. Over here in Wisconsin, Joe Biden just really got like a little bit 0.3% lead. And also here in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is kind of uncertain because we know that in Pennsylvania, Trump is leading like for 12%, and the vote is still now counting up to 64%. So we're still waiting for the postal votes result. And over here, if possible, Biden wants to win the Pennsylvania too. So that would be very controversial. That is over here. Trump wins Florida, and Florida has 29 electoral votes, and now there is a 95% chance that Trump will win. Hillary even posted a Twitter message to Biden not to be discouraged, and she said that, do not lose heart. Over here, vote. And except for that, why I think Florida is very important to Trump's victory, because, against Biden's California fighting 55 votes and New York 29 votes, Trump must win Florida with 29 votes. And there has been a saying that the candidate who wins Florida will win the United States. About the 3 Rust Belt states, Trump is currently leading in Pennsylvania. But of course, he has to wait for the postal votes until November 6th. I think what Biden said in a final debate regarding the oil issue is kind of harmful to his votes in Pennsylvania, because we know that Pennsylvania is an oil state. And I think Trump's victory in Michigan indicates that the people from Michigan support Trump's trade sanctions on China. Trump was worrying about both Texas and Georgia. However, we can see over here, this is, Texas, and this is Georgia. I think he wins both of the states. I think Texas is also an oil state, which might be affected by Biden's oil energy ban. Trump also leads the so-called bellwether state. Ohio is known as the Paul the Octopus, and Trump leads Biden with 53% to 45%. In fact, the so-called Sun Belt, Trump might take it all. We can see the Sun Belt over here, Florida, Georgia, and North Carolina. And we can see if they all got these, and that would be total reach to 60 electoral votes. I want to mention Pennsylvania in particular because, both Trump and Biden focus on Pennsylvania on elections eve. Trump's final campaign pitch is a warning of cheating in Pennsylvania could lead to violence in the streets. And Biden promised the beginning of a new day. Now, Trump is leading Biden in Pennsylvania for 12.6%. Can Biden reverse it in Pennsylvania? Well, we will wait and see. As to the cross-trade situation, we know that the United States announced arms sales of 4 MQ-9B drones to Taiwan today. And actually, we know that, it's very interesting. It's okay. Don't worry about that. You just go over there. I'm sorry, I just laughed, but it's okay. And we know that's the arms sales for 4 MQ-9B drones to Taiwan today, and it was like $6 million, approximately like 17.2 billion NT dollars. And you can see that this is a drone. And this is the MQ-9B drone, and we know that it can combine with the Harpoon missile and can carry carry out precise attacks on the coastal areas of China. Also, to monitor the situation, President Tsai held a national security meeting for what's going on in China and Taiwan. You can see over here. And also, the chief of the General Staff, Huang Shuguang, entered the Armed Force Joint Operation Command Center, Henshan 指挥所. Well, gee, according to the survey, most Taiwanese people support Trump. I think the main reason is because Trump is tougher on China, so the Taiwanese favor him for that. But as President Tsai said, no matter who is elected, Taiwan will promote ties with both Democratic Party and Republican Party. As to China and Hong Kong, it seems that they wish Biden to be elected. Why? Because they want to get rid of the U.S. trade sanction on China. Of course, once Trump said, we are going to do plenty of things with China after the election. I'm kind of wondering what kind of Trump's action will be. Here are the top stories. Today, we have one confirmed case. It is an imported case. A female in her 20s returned from Poland. First, I want to talk about the U.S. presidential election. Trump won Florida, one of the most important swing states over Biden. According to Fox News, President Trump wins Florida with a wider margin than 2016. And he said that Trump had 51.28% of the state's vote to Joe Biden's 47.82%. And that is a difference of 381,672 votes. And the election map show, we can see over here, Democratic Party is ahead of the Republican Party. We can see Biden got 238 votes to Trump's 213 votes. The reason for that, as I mentioned in the beginning, is because of the electoral votes from Pennsylvania, Michigan, and North Carolina and Georgia are not included yet. Also, Trump leads Biden in Rust Belt states. According to CNN, we know that Trump leads Biden for 46.1% with 56.5% in Pennsylvania and 54.8% with 43.4% in Michigan. And Trump leads the smallest in Wisconsin. But actually, Wisconsin, we just mentioned that Biden just overturned with 0.2%. So we will see what will happen in the future. But if Trump continued to lead, he expected to have like 36 electoral votes in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Biden signed the Wall of Children home in Pennsylvania, where he was born. And he wrote, "From the House to the White House with the grace of God, Joe Biden, November 3rd, 2020. As to Trump, on Fox and Friends, he claims solid chance of winning, won't play games in declaring victory. And he said that, so my number last time was 306, and that was a big number, and I think we will top it. I'll leave it at that. We know that both Trump and Biden held press conference today. I want to look at Trump first. You know, he held a press conference, and he said that around, Taipei time, like 3 p.m., and he said that we were winning everything, and we won the great state of Ohio. We won Texas, and we were getting ready for a big celebration. And we want the law to be used in proper manner. So we're going to do the U.S. Supreme Court. We want to voting stop, and we don't want them to find any ballots at 4 o'clock in the morning and add them to the list. That is what Trump said. And what about Joe Biden? Joe Biden had a press conference a little bit earlier than Trump, around 1:45 p.m. in Taipei time. And Joe Biden said that at a press conference. He said, well, as I have said all along, it's not my place or Donald Trump's place to declare who's won the election. And that is a decision of the American people. But I'm optimistic about this outcome. And we knew this was going to go long. Well, that means to be going long. And on the other hand, according to BBC News, U.S. election mystery robocalls urge voters to stay home. It said that the FBI is investigating about these mysterious robocalls during people across the United States to stay home on election day. Michigan Attorney General Donna Nessel said that Obviously, this is false and an effort to suppress the vote. And New York Attorney General Letitia James also said that attempts to hinder voters from exercising their right to cast their ballots are disheartening, disturbing, and wrong. It will not be tolerated. As for the stock market, according to the Business Insider, Dow leads 555 points as investors eager await elections result. And as the United States president elections enter its final day, the Dow Jones Industrial Average jumped 555 points, or 2.1%, to the 27,480 points. We're talking about Taiwan-China issue. Bloomberg published an article with the title, "Women Are Leading Taiwan's Public Relations War Against China." And it said that Taiwan's first female president, Tsai Ing-wen, is aiming to raise its international profile at a time when China is attempting to block Taiwan from the global conversation. The women running Taiwan are looking to promote an inclusive democratic system. Also, the U.S. think tank said China won't invade Taiwan during the U.S. presidential election. CSIS Director Bonnie Glasser tweeted that even though there was no October surprise, many Chinese continue to warn that the U.S. will engage in a provocation on China's periphery. And some U.S. experts said China will take advantages of uncertainty after the U.S. election to attack Taiwan or something else. Is either really likely? No. Glasser said no. Additionally, German Defense Minister warned China against making threats to Taiwan. German Minister of Defense is saying that anything outside a peaceful settlement of issues across the Taiwan Strait will be seen as a major failure of statecraft. Who do you think will win the U.S. presidential election? I think Donald Trump has a better chance. Well, we will see, and we will wait for the postal vote in 3 days. So I'll see you tomorrow. This is The View with Catherine Zhang. Bye.